Ding, 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 ding.
Uh, hello, Webby Gang.
Yes.
Welcome to a very special presentation of Umineko Nanaku Koroni 07th Expansion presents Welcome to Rogenjima One Day Cry number 3. That's right, this is When the Seagulls Cry, guys. We're back, better than ever, and we're ready to delve into the action. Do we got any words from today's sponsor?
I don't think so. I think Fram might have opted out.
Okay. No, I know. I was talking to the Fram Paw the other day, and he was like, "It ain't the orange one anymore, numb nuts. We sell black filters too." And
Oh, shoot.
I was like, "Well, shoot, how am I supposed to know?" And it's like, it's got orange text on it. Hey, Mbuzz, why would you contemplate shooting my leg with a 9mm Glock to give me motivation? I'm like, what are you yapping about?
Just to give you motivation.
Well, you got the revolver aimed at you. Okay, looks like you win.
Oh, I'm the luckiest of them all. But look, I got the grand prize.
What? Okay, Burgers, we all know that you kept screenshotting that until it gave you fire.
No.
Listen, let me give the YB gang a little bit of context. Hey, like, what the heck are you talking about, Mbuzz? I'm censoring you. I'm not putting this on the YB gang. Alright, this ain't even on the whatchamacallit, whatever. Listen, let's delve into the action. Can we get a recap?
Oh, can you?
Yeah.
Okay, go ahead.
So Angie's on a boat right now with Mufasa, cause like you remember Maria? She was in her house, and then Aunt Rosa came home, aka Maria's mom. So Mama came home, and she's like, Maria, you play with dolls too much. I'm going to kill them all. And Child Protective Services was like, you can't do that. And Rosa shot Child Protective Services square in the face with a shotgun. And then Maria was prohibited from talking to Sakutaro because Sakutaro got shot in the face with a 12-gauge shotgun as well.
That's
And
true.
so Angie was like, okay, I'm gonna get on a boat. Let me drive the boat. And then Amukasa was like, fuh. You know, and he went to the front. And now she's in the back and she's like, I believe I could fly.
Don't forget when they were talking about the ego on its own.
That's what caused last stream to end. I'm not gonna go over that part because this one's gonna end if I do that.
That's true.
gonna start being like, oh. Yeah, you see, there we go. Dude, like, what the hell is going on inside of this bag? It literally looks like fishing lures or something. Like, look, I got to my desk, right? Up on cams, guys. I come back and this thing is sitting on here, right? And inside of there, you got like this like sauce packet, and like I don't know, they look like Slim Jims or something.
Slim Jims? That seems pretty good.
No, but they're not Slim
What's
Jims.
the issue?
They're like gummies.
The gummies?
I don't
That's
know.
true. You have to eat it first. You can't complain before eating it.
How am I supposed to eat it? What's the sauce packet? Like, do I just pour the sauce packet in there? I'm just gonna open the sauce packet and pour it in there.
Pouring it in there, that seems like a poor idea.
Well, what am I supposed to do?
I thought you'd like put it in like a bowl or something, you'd dip it in.
It's over. I already put it in there.
It's over.
I'm putting 100% of the sauce in there. I'm not sparing any of it.
You can't figure out how to eat it, it's probably not food.
Well, this is like some kind of strange concoction, okay? It's like, think about it this way. They gave me Slim Jims with like an elixir on them, you know?
No, you're the one who ate that gray mass.
Which green ass?
Exactly.
You're out of your mind. And you have an stuff up here. It's somewhere around here. It's like it's probably in the freaky folder. Anyway, so who's talking? Is it Angie? Was Shiramia Angie? And that's
That's a good
Angie, not
question.
Ang. Not
Probably Angie.
Why did Scroover throw a knife into Yukari's head? Does that mean that we gotta do one of these later? We already got the whole list set up. Okay.
Anyways, I gave up on sleeping and went up onto the deck.
You're sniffing. What is she doing? Crack?
I said sleeping.
Oh, okay.
There I was welcomed by the shining sun and a strong sea breeze.
The sea spray. Oh, good.
Amaku's have been doing some stretches on the deck. Is that all this guy ever does?
He's like. Ugh, ugh, ugh.
He must have a lot of time on his hands too.
Dude, he's like going through the settings app on his phone.
After all, it'll be several more hours before we reach Shinjima. It would only have taken a dozen minutes. Okay, did we already read this?
No.
But there was the chance that the Najima airport was under the Sumidera family's web. The harbor would probably be the same. For that reason, I obtained a boat that would let me land while avoiding the harbor. No questions asked. This is just the same scene. I bumped into a cheery boat captain. Yeah, this is the same scene. Slight him generously and he decided to help me out amused. This is the same scene. still gonna be a while. Yeah, don't damage your book. This is the same thing.
Hey, so these like gummy Slim Jims aren't bad.
Oreo?
And putting the sauce on them was good. Wait, isn't this like the same thing that we read already?
Yes, that's because it's the same scene.
That makes sense what she's saying here, considering her previous experience with witches at the academy.
Yeah.
Doors shut behind her. It'll be morning before they find her and hear a fiendish laugh. Turns on Amakusa started becoming Amafufa. Alright, I think we can start reading here.
Okay. The answer you reached was self-satisfaction.
You know, it sounds bad, but that's just how the cookie crumbles. You know, that's how it is. Rich is the one who is content with what they are, they say. If I'm satisfied with my life, It doesn't matter what other people say. It's the same for your life and for this journey. No one has any right to criticize you other than yourself, Angie-san. You're the only one who determines the meaning and results of your journey. If it's been a meaningful journey for you, then that's more than enough.
I always did take you for a flippant ladies' man, but you really do say weird things every once in a while. I'll bet you think saying stuff like that will make you more popular.
Of course not. Of course not. That's not how I meant it at all. Looks like you want to be alone. I'll head over to see the boat captain. Yeah, this is where he became Amafupa. We had to read that part already too. Please relax, take it easy, like Sosa.
Amakusa apparently decided I was in a bad mood.
I'm the best dust man, the goat. For the viewers at home, refer to the thumbnail of Umineko 47.
Although I didn't feel that way myself. Or he might have finished a set of stretches and wanted to cool off in the shade. The sea winds were strong, but not enough to cool the rays of the sun.
They would if I was there.
Amakusa disappeared. Only I remained. Self-satisfaction is life itself, huh?
Self-satisfaction is life itself, huh? That's just boring. I realized I read both. Dude, this sauce tastes like barbecue sauce.
Nice.
Like, why'd they put barbecue sauce in the gummy Slim Jim? Life is nothing without greed.
I noticed that Mammon had suddenly appeared, her abundant hair fluttering over by the prow of the ship.
Alright, make a dustman drawing of that.
A dustman drawing of Mammon suddenly appearing, her abundant hair fluttering over the prow of the ship.
I ain't doing that, that's Burger's job.
It's true that a life of greed would be fun. But unlike you, humans have a limited lifespan. Yeah, we heard this. If greed is eternal, that means a person will have desires even in the last moment before they die.
Well, then Mammon's membrane pops.
Having desires means there's something that you want.
Umineko speedrun? Alright, let's go.
Something you don't have, some way you aren't complete. I'm sure it's tough to die when you can't think of your life as being a full one. So I'm sure self-satisfaction is necessary.
Oh. I see. Because of the existence of a lifespan, you have to compromise like that. All of my masters have really long lifespans, so I've never thought of it.
I wonder if humans live for the purpose of becoming satisfied.
And he was like, what was she doing? She was like, I'm not gonna ruin this stream. The last one turned off when I started talking.
If so, it's probably easiest to live without desires.
What do you mean? You need to have 10 desires, like the Toho did.
I see, so that's why greed is one of the 7 deadly sins.
Your praise honors.
Apparently that comes as a compliment in men's eyes. He turned gave a graceful bow.
And Sama, So humans live so that they can find satisfaction at the moment of their death.
Wouldn't it be pretty tough if you felt you were lacking something when you died?
If so, humans only live so they can meet a satisfying death. They live so they can have a better death. They live so they can die their death.
This kid's saying something pretty incredible. You see, as I'd expect from the demons do. However, it might be the truth. Humans suffer because they aren't satisfied and live only to find satisfaction. In other words, that might be the same as the desire to die satisfied. I can't counter that. People live in order to be satisfied, and they hope to die that way. So it's really painful when you don't know how to find that satisfaction.
Just how can you find something like that in a human's life?
By being acknowledged. By hearing someone say you are happy.
If it doesn't matter who acknowledges them, then I'll do it.
Yeah, that's the problem. People don't know who needs to acknowledge them.
So searching for this person who can acknowledge them is the journey of their life.
It sounds strange. Whether you're acknowledged or not, it supposedly doesn't change your circumstances. And yet, if you're acknowledged, you'll be satisfied, while if you aren't, then you won't. It's almost like the blue bird. Because you can't notice the blue bird even though it's already in the cage. You have to go out on a journey, searching everywhere.
What the heck?
He popped his membrane years ago.
Human lives sure are stupid.
That's right. Amakusa said something really good. Rich is the one who is content with what they are, was it? I don't know where that proverb came from, but it's deep.
That's literally just where the name Richard comes from.
Basically, if you can't find enough satisfaction unless someone else acknowledges you, that's the same as not acknowledging yourself. The ultimate self-fulfillment is acknowledging yourself.
That's right. Because if you can know that you're fully satisfied, there's no need to be acknowledged by anyone. Just by taking notice of the small things, a human's foolish journey of life can be ended easily. You can spend the rest of your life playing and having a good time. A human's life is so ridiculous.
Man's choice of words was bad, but it was surely the truth. If most of a human's life is a journey with the hopes that someone will acknowledge them, so that they can achieve a satisfied death,
I mean, she's just talking about gambler maxing, but she doesn't realize that you also gotta, like, go to work at Publix so you can make enough money to buy food.
and when they realize that the person doing the acknowledging isn't someone else, but they themselves, that pointless journey can end. Humans who have ended that journey can probably spend the rest of their lives as they wish, with their heads held high.
I mean, what would be the best job? 7-Eleven? Publix? Or CVS?
I only have 7-Eleven.
You have CVS.
No, I haven't seen one around me.
Okay, what's your closest pharmacy? You got a Deckers? You got a Walgreens? You got a...
I have Walgreens.
Okay, so Walgreens. And Publix?
How noble, how praiseworthy would that be?
So, for Publix, I mean, what's your local supermarket?
Shoppers?
Ever gone to Wegmans?
No.
Well, listen, it's just a supermarket, but imagine like it has a Subway in the back.
showroom?
So it's like you got a supermarket and they got a Subway in the back. That's Publix. Exclusive to Florida.
You know.
M-Bus, listen, would you rather work at 7-Eleven, at Publix, or at CVS? You would go shopping. I'm not talking about shopping. I'm talking about working. Yeah. Like, where would you rather work? Okay, so at 7-Eleven, right? I was at 7-Eleven the other day, and the guy at the counter, like, he was bringing me and the gang up, right? And the guy in the back, he's like, "Hey, listen, let me speak in a language you might understand." And the guy at the counter, you know, he had a bit of extra pounds on him, you know? And so the guy in the back, he's like, "I'm gonna speak in a language you might understand. Cheeseburger, hamburger, milkshake, french fries." And then the guy just started, you know, his memory started popping. So that's kind of like working at 7-Eleven. At Publix, you have to like make subs in the substation, or like run around the store picking up, you know, restocking the counters, you know, the shelves. And working at Walgreens, there's gonna be a bunch of old people with their teeth falling out and their eyes like looking backwards, asking for medicine, and you gotta like fill the medicine bottles and try not to steal the ketamine. Well, of course, they also got the normal purchases side. No, but it's like, I mean, then there's like the freak that comes in, like, "I would like to print out some pictures." And you gotta run the photo machine. And then you got the regular counter. Weird people go to the Walgreens too. Like, well, CVS specifically. There was a woman who went just wearing nothing but a Mexican flag. Like, when one of my brother's friends were working at CVS, she was just completely naked. The only thing she was wearing was a Mexican flag, like, wrapped around her. No, I just think it's kind of odd to wear nothing. Like, absolutely, just show up naked, wearing nothing but a flag. I thought it was a little bit strange. But anyway, I mean, you know, if I saw a girl show up, you know, wearing nothing but the French flag, I'd also be pretty disturbed, okay? So it's not a double standard. I'd honestly get kind of mad because I don't like the French. No, and then at Publix, like, no, burgers would definitely work at CVS.
I actually didn't pick. It's probably CVS.
I actually found a picture of burgers.
No, because I like the drugstores where they don't like have with the drugstores where they have like a part like like a regular store as part of it.
Yeah.
Nobody ever buys stuff, so if you're like restocking the shelves, that's your job. You just don't have a job.
No, but it's like, so the idea is like, this is a Papa game, right? Like Papa's pizzeria, where it's like you have to run the entire store. So it's like somebody walks in and they go to like buy a beach chair at the CVS for whatever reason, which they sell. you have to like run to the front and ring them up for it. And then when the old guy comes in with like all of his teeth flying out, you have to run back to the pill department and like pick out the correct number of pills for him.
Ah, shoot.
In Publix, you gotta like run back and like make all of the Aki subs that people are asking for. And then you gotta also like go to the front. No, I mean you have some people, you have checkout workers, okay? Because that would just be too much to run a Publix by yourself. But you gotta like manage it, right? And then what was it, 7-Eleven? Yeah, you just gotta run to 7-Eleven by yourself. No, but it's like, what about when Spider-Man comes in to go buy Newports, and you have to ID him? No, it's like, are you gonna sell? What if like you sell Newports, you sell tobacco to like underage kids, and then you get arrested?
Then just don't.
Oh, you're not gonna sell them, Spot? No, that's true. You just leave the cigarettes out on the side, so that if anybody underage wants them, they can grab them. Why'd Tomo take the cigarettes? Everybody knows that Tomo only wants milk. Oh, that's true, to go make some money. I get it.
You know, it's it's a what?
You literally said Tomo Aizawa. Like, the heck are you talking about? I made sure that you were specifying Aizawa while I'm not talking about. Like, Mbaz, you're schizophrenic and
I don't care if I-
Okay, so is Andrew still talking to Manny? Like, I think Andrew's the real schizo here. She's not here talking to the steak. The only steak I talk to is Earth to Burgers. Oh. Alright, we're gonna off-road a little bit here. YB gang, let me bring you in, just so you guys can have a quick laugh. So Burgers is kind of like muted, and Mbaz died. So you guys can just watch Dustland. Titanic already began to sink. Yeah, but right from over here, you can see, if we look that way, you can't really read it, but that sign over there says Rokenjima. That's Impel Down. You can see the Gates of Justice behind it. This is Chiraden. Mecca is that way. So in the latest update of Dustland, we actually the Titanic was added, the sinking of the Titanic specifically. So when you first boot into the game, you're gonna find that
Doofenshmirtz Evil Incorporated!
you're gonna find the sinking Titanic over here. We also got another island. Yeah, so there you can see Rokenjima. Since this is an Umineko stream, we should probably spend some time in Rokenjima, but what I really wanted to show you guys was the new island. And this is Bangman's island. Bangman, also known in some parts as Pleasure Kings. He's a pretty crazy guy. He does live with his parents.
Oi, oi,
But
oi.
he just brought the shoddy in. So let's
I
go
was
see.
gone for like 1 minute. What are you doing?
Let's go see what Bangman is up to, guys.
What the heck? What is this guy up to?
Okay, check it out. This is Bangman's house. He's got the motorcycle. This is his dad watching TV. There's Bangman.
Yes,
Man of
man.
the hour.
Get back in Umineko. What are you doing?
Oh wait, you want me to go to Umineko? This is Bangman's mom over here. Let me get back to Umineko Burgers. Don't worry, I got you. So, while you were muted, me and the YB gang, we actually got to episode 5.
What?
Yeah, so this is the part that we're on right now. Okay, so, you're doing Battler's lines, right? I'm gonna do Erica.
Okay, it's kind of hard to see.
Yeah, I kinda got locked in over here. It is.
Now I will flip the chessboard around.
I forgive you. Okay, that's episode 5. Oi, oi, oi. Now, I was gonna play the A game, but hello, the screen didn't even switch?
No, because you clicked on the Discord.
Okay, whatever. I'm clicking on Umineko.
Yeah, well now you are. Maybe just close it out and then reopen it.
No, it doesn't matter. You guys can just click on it.
That's true. You know, it seems Amakus is on pretty bad terms with his parents. That makes sense. Any decent parents would want him to get the hell out of the trade that he's in.
Does that really matter though? As long as it's fun for the person in question.
Exactly.
What? Andrew's just fun accident.
That's what it comes down to in the end.
Wait, this is the place that Andrew wants to go to. This is
Criticism formed by the observations of other people with the matter. If your existence is firmly acknowledged by you yourself, that's enough. If you can live with confidence in yourself, you'll surely be able to accept and be satisfied with any kind of lifestyle. I'm sure Amakusa will eventually eat a stray bullet on the battlefield and get seriously injured. He might even die. But I don't think he'd view it as something unfair. I'm sure he'd cackle, but that's also a part of life.
what a great way to live. I could fall for the guy. Pitiful humans who can't even acknowledge themselves. Wander about searching for that their whole lives, without anything being except oblivion. Hold on! I am not voicing Asmodeus. I'm voicing Mammon. Like, no. Like, nah, you already messed up. Like, it's over for you now. How pitiful compared to people whose lives drag on without any purpose. Amakusa is more likely to eventually die by the roadside, but I think he's much more noble for living his life with his head held high. Wait, Burgers, did you really just point that revolver at me?
Yeah.
Okay, I just did. Aren't the winners in life those who achieve enlightenment? If they can do that even a little sooner, they'll be able to live that much more of their life effectively.
With Mammon's words, I finally accepted a certain fact. In the past, I called that girl unusual, a little strange. However, that wasn't true. All she did was keep her head held high and finish that journey faster than anyone else. Maybe that's what made Maria One-chan so amazing. When she was at the age where she might or might not enter the first year of elementary school, she had already reached that point. For people like us, looking at her life from the outside, it wasn't something we'd call blessed. But even though days like that were engraved in her diary, they always finished up by saying it was a happy day. Even though the part of her mother that didn't love her daughter came and went, she believed that her mother loved her. The mother's love that didn't exist, she created herself, filling her world with love. I always might observe her as an unsatisfied, pitiful girl, but she herself acknowledged that she was satisfied, and so she was happy that way. It's easy to observe that as something pitiable and sad, but to her, that was an outsider's opinion, so it didn't matter.
For her,
Whether or not I was happy for her was the only important thing.
no, Angie was Copington about this too. Like, she was really mad.
She was. It's just like how when people who live in the city point to the lifestyles of those in rural areas and mourn their inconvenience and feel sympathy for them, it's really none of their business.
It's you remember when Angie was like, you know, and then Maria was like, I am so happy.
If those who live there are satisfied with what they have, that's more than enough. I finally noticed something. I noticed it just now. I did something horrible to Maria and John. And to you all and Sakutaro as well on that day.
That's the right expression from Maven.
Whether magic exists or not, that's not up to other people to decide. It's up to you yourself. Whether magic exists to Mario Nichan is a problem for Mario Nichan to decide, not me. And yet, when I was young on that day, I said it. Out of saying there's no way magic exists, I hurt her. The fact that magic doesn't exist in my eyes matters in my world. But denying it even in Onechan's world for that reason was totally misguided. Mariage Sorcier is the Witches' Alliance Mario Onechan created. I was invited into it and told to become a witch with them. Thinking it a new, interesting game, I went along with it for a while. But because of the cruelty of youth, I got tired of it halfway through, and I tore her pretty heart away with sharp words. At that time, we must have gotten into a huge fight. I forgot about it right away, but she couldn't forget about it. After all, to her, magic was a natural power that really existed, and she believed that she'd be able to share it with me. To Maria Onechan, magic's a power that can interpret the world as blessed. No, which can truly make everything blessed. She just wanted to share that with me too. The young me tore that feeling apart. So she closed herself up in a shell, assuming that she wouldn't be able to share her magic with anyone.
That's true that Lady Maria's journey through life wasn't over after all. She'd been able to accept herself, and then there'd be no need to collapse just because you denied her.
Onechan was young. Still hadn't reached a philosophical viewpoint like Amakusa. Yeah, now I understand. That's why the Witches' Alliance, called Mariage Sorcier, was necessary.
Shut up! Silly woman!
An alliance where each acknowledges that the other is a witch. That's right, I'm pretty sure that was the first article in the agreement Mariage Sorcier. Witches of the Alliance would acknowledge each other and respect each other. That's the deepest and only meaning of the Witches' Alliance. Maria Onechan wanted to share with me the secret laws to make the world happy called magic. But I was young, and she was too. I hurt her with innocent cruelty. And that day I said cruel things to you all and to Sakutara.
She's turning into a politician. She's repeating herself.
I said there was no way you exist.
No, dude. We acknowledge that we exist ourselves. We're not like humans with their souls half asleep. I think, therefore I am. Whether you acknowledge or deny magic, the existence of the magic called the seven states of purgatory is a fact. As long as we acknowledge it ourselves, to borrow your words.
It truly would be violence for another person like me to deny it. I'm sure that'd be like having your true mother yell, "I wish you had never been born." No, disappear. Even after being slammed by all those words. Maria Onechan's magic made her believe in her mother's love. Sakutara, her magic friend, always encouraged her. He kept saying that her mother loved her, that she was coming home late because of her work, and that she would definitely bring back a present. Even after Mary learned that her mother's work wasn't really the cause, magic allowed her to continue believing. And by believing that her mother loved her, by acknowledging herself, she filled her world with love and peace and serenity, establishing completely. What happened 12 years ago? What happened to my family? This was never a journey to search for that.
Then what kind of journey is this?
It was a journey to apologize to Maria Onechan for what happened last year. I don't know why, but that's what I think. If I hadn't heard her, the incident 12 years ago might not have occurred. That's what I think.
Mammon is like picturing a roulette inside of her head. And like, spinning it to get away from the snooze fest that Angie's producing right now. Like, she doesn't even have a basis
I have
for
no
it.
basis for
She
it.
has no basis. Like, how do you expect me to respect her words when she doesn't have facts or evidence to back herself up?
I don't have a clue how hurting One-chan could be connected with that mysterious incident several years ago. But for some reason I can't imagine there's no connection. A witch caused that incident,
Like golden witch.
and the culprit is the Golden Witch Beatrice.
Yeah, so, you know, there was, I got a phone call today when I was at work. And the number calling wasn't scam likely. It was a Florida number. And I pick up, and there's this woman. And she's like, hey, hello? Yeah. And I'm like, hey, hello. And she's like, hey, I'm looking to get in touch with Beatrice. Is this Beatrice? Oh, I might have the wrong number. And I'm like, yeah, this is not Beatrice. And she's like, okay, no worries, bye-bye. And I was like, dude, why the heck did the Golden Witch get my number?
The Golden Witch. That was Virgilia calling you.
Yeah, that's it.
And Beatrice was part of the Mariash alliance of witches. I horribly hurt the other witch of that alliance. I hurt it with the thought that magic doesn't exist. So several years later, a crime caused by a witch occurred, and a 2-day period that couldn't be explained with anything but magic was thrust into my face thanks to the message bottle. There's no way I wasn't involved somehow. I don't get it. It could be coincidence or it could be fate. For some reason, I've started thinking like that on this journey.
And what's your basis for it?
I have none. I just think it's true.
Her sources that she made it up, that's actually not bad. The Japanese sure are interesting. Even when they're the victim, they feel as though they did something wrong and apologize for no reason. I could understand if you said, I hate Beatrice for stealing my family or something. But you really are weird, feeling guilty for no reason and apologizing. Hello.
Of course I hate Beatrice. I couldn't continue this journey without that feeling. But it's okay to choose yet another purpose in this journey. There's nothing wrong with adding on a goal of apologizing for past sins in addition to getting revenge on a witch for what happened 12 years ago. I can at least go to Rokujima, apologize for my reckless remarks, and offer flowers. No, there's something better than flowers. And I think that would be more fitting for an Chan. I stood up, not minding that the sea breeze scattered my hair, and concentrated my mind.
I just have to try it again every once in a while.
I lifted my palm up to the height of my head and imagined a vast space.
And you saw.
Be quiet. Come, arise. I'm the witch apprentice Anji Beatrice. I was excommunicated, but I was once a member of the same alliance, and you are the dearly missed furniture who played with me. Answer to my call.
Glitch.
It was hard to tell in the middle of the day, but a faint blue light gathered around the palm of my hand. Then, Sakutaro swarmers revived. Which really did bring back memories, that figure. His cute ears, his bright red muffler. It came off easily, so One-chan faithfully rewrapped it all the time, didn't she?
Sakutaro! Do you recognize us? Do you know who we are? Ryu? Dude? Back again? We gotta save this. We got a court record update. Who are you? Hammond? Angie?
With a sleepy face, as though waking up from a long slumber, Sakutaro looked all around him as he spoke. It's been a long time, Sakutaro. I'm pretty sure this is the first time I've summoned you with my own power.
Why does Angie look like she's about to interrogate him?
And now I'm the only one who can summon you.
Who are you? She just immediately switches his worldview.
Those words might have been a bit cruel. Sakutaro's face clouded over. In the past, I denied you. Now that I've summoned you, it means I've accepted your existence.
Are you sure? Is it really alright for me to be summoned to Angie's world?
His eyes were a bit frightened. It was only natural. I, who had played with him like a friend before, had suddenly denied him and tried to burn him with a magic-resisting toxin. It was only natural that he was scared. I apologize. For that day. To you too, madam. And to the rest of you. At some point, the rest of the seven sisters had gathered on the deck.
Wasn't she like dying yesterday when she tried to summon more than 3? Like she's just proficient now.
Her worldview changed, okay? That's why.
No, dude, she had like the big breakfast from the Sims or something. And so now she's okay.
No, they're always there. Always by my side. As long as I acknowledge that it's okay for them to be there, they'll always appear. You certainly do exist. Lucifer. And Leviathan. And Satan. And Belphegor. And Mammon. And Beelzebub. And Asmodeus. And Sakutaro too.
Are you sure? You're one challenging Beatrice-sama, Angie-sama. Is it okay for one in a position of denying wishes to acknowledge us?
As to whether magic exists or not in my world. Sorry, but let me put that on hold. It's not like I myself acknowledge the existence of magic.
But then, doesn't that contradict the fact that you're acknowledging us?
It's because magic exists for people who believe. Even if I don't. If someone believes, then magic will exist in the human world. That fact won't change in the slightest whether I believe in magic or not. No, it mustn't change. That person just had to hold their head up high and believe in their own magic.
Yeah, I mean, it goes back to something existing versus something being real, you know?
I acknowledge that. So it wouldn't be strange at all for all of you to exist. True.
Yeah. That's what it's like. Gotta add that one to the report, right?
Quite a play on words, but it's an interesting interpretation. What you're saying, Anji-sama, is probably a devil's proof.
Oh,
A devil's proof? Right? To prove the existence of demons, you just need to find one.
It's impossible to deny the existence of demons. And we're here. And that means that whether Angie-sama believes in magic or not, our existence is unshakable. Were you? The magic resisting toxin is disappearing from Angie. You're right. Even though you're in a position of denying magic, why?
That's probably because I learned what it means to respect and acknowledge.
You're coping, man. Like, come on.
Right now, I might be able to understand the depths of Maria Onechan's and Beatrice's magic.
Now draw her being murdered.
In the past, I didn't believe in things like magic. Thinking something like that couldn't exist, I acted like I was closing my eyes tightly and couldn't see anything. But now I'm different. I get the feeling I can look right at the thing called magic and close in on its true nature. How frustrating. It's truly rare to find a human so free of the magic-resistant toxin in this day and age. And she has such an uncommon genius for being a witch.
That's right. If Angie-sama tried to become a witch right now, she could grow to be a great witch, maybe even at Beatrice-sama's level.
Even so, she has acknowledged our existence and is our master. Most likely, Anji-sama will be our final master. Let us think of this as our final service and apply ourselves to the fullest.
Burgers, you gotta say,
Blah. But I just can't stand that Anji-sama still doesn't believe in magic herself.
Angie-sama, please believe in magic too. It feels like a waste to finally have a master and have it not be a witch. Even though you have outstanding talent that can make you one of the greatest witches, your goal is to attack witches. It's so frustrating. Well, even so, that's your life, the way you live. And in the world that you've decided that, there's nothing we can do to complain.
Thanks for understanding me. Yeah, whether magic exists to me or not, that's up to me to decide. Regardless of whether magic actually does exist in somewhere on the world or not.
No, Angie looks awfully smug for somebody that hasn't had a web of red truths thrown at her. Like, she's about to get her worldview shattered.
Now this whole thing is just one big, like, oh, like, hey you, viewer, do you think magic's real? I don't know, it's up to you. Like, we get it, just move on already.
Whether magic exists or not is one thing, but whether it's real, that's what we really want to know.
Yeah, no, like we said this before, it's like, to the viewer, it's like, are you viewing it from a magical standpoint or from a realistic standpoint? That's all that matters. Because there's a magic interpretation and there's the real interpretation.
Exactly. I'm just seeing a lot of questions, but not a lot of answers.
Exactly. Oh, it's almost like we're in the questions.
Exactly.
No way. When I think about it, this world is so vast and yet so small. Billions of people live on the earth.
Billions must die.
Billions must die. But I probably won't even meet 1% of those people.
Noob? Hello?
There's no way you won't. What? Even so, I will speak of a world. My world, which doesn't even know 1% of the world. I'm not qualified to deny the laws of the world I don't know.
Also, this was like in, what, like 1973? There was like half the amount of people in the world at that point.
So just because magic doesn't exist in my world, I can't deny that magic exists in a world I don't know. That makes it a true devil's proof.
Alright, let's run that back. Like cope? So what she's saying is, okay, no, like, no, that's wrong. She's like, oh, you know, it's a devil's proof, so I can't deny it. Like, screw that. Deny it anyway. And if they prove you wrong later, then suck it up.
No, maybe it's more like when alone, do as the Romans do. I can be confident in the world I know. So even if that's denied by a complete stranger who doesn't know a thing about my world, that's nothing to worry about. And in the same way, I've got no right to deny a world I don't know, just because I don't know about it. Therefore, regardless of whether there's magic in my world or not, I can't deny the magic over nature taught me.
Uryu. After all, even if you've never seen it, magic exists.
Yes. That's why, as I've already said, you friends of the Witches' Alliance, Maria Chevalier, can't be denied by me or anyone else. I proclaim that most important part again. Even though the sea breeze and the crashing of the waves are noisy, it was a time of silence. Both Sakutaro and the Seven Sisters of Purgatory reflected upon my words. And probably I did too. Does magic exist? Do witches exist? While ignoring what the answer would be from my own world, I acknowledge their existence. That contradiction was why I proclaimed so boldly.
Thank you, Andy.
If you'll acknowledge that much, can't you acknowledge witches too? No, that was a foolish question. You already have a clear answer to it. Sorry. Though I do acknowledge that witches might exist somewhere in the world. But that doesn't shake my world.
Angie's about to have her world shook by a witch.
True.
You won't acknowledge witches are magic. You'll definitely expose the truth. Right.
Yes. That's my world. Even if a real witch exists, I won't acknowledge it in my world. No matter how much that witch tries to convince me.
Your position is to attack witches, Andy-sama. And I understand well that you haven't the slightest wavering in that feeling. We are your furniture, the seven stakes of purgatory. We will always be by your side. We'll always be waiting for the day that we can be useful. Although since you don't believe in magic, we can never be anything more than people to talk to.
That's enough for now. We've been left room to exist. For that alone, we should thank and acknowledge Anji-sama. In short, all of us.
Are all together again. Uryu. Kia. Sakataro. Let me squeeze you.
When Sakutaro was overcome with emotion and tears came to his eyes, the seven sisters closed in and mobbed him. They were also celebrating a long mystery reunion. If their existence is permitted, they're definitely capable of existing here. No, even if I don't permit it, they can exist. Because I acknowledge them, they showed their reunion's joy to me as well. As I watched over that scene, I reflected over what this journey of mine meant. I wonder if everyone will forgive me this way.
You've done enough. We are furniture. Just being summoned, just being allowed to be by your side makes us happy. Uryu.
Come to think of it, why was I able to summon Sakutaro? No, it's the other way around. Why wasn't One-chan able to summon Sakutaro? Maria One-chan had despaired, thinking that Sakutaro had died, which meant she hadn't been able to summon him like this anymore. In the past, One-chan said it was more advantageous than summoning to have a vessel. However, a vessel is like training wheels, and it shouldn't be absolutely necessary. In other words, even if the stuffed animal line that was Sakutaro's vessel didn't exist, it should have been possible to summon him. No, when you put it like that, it's even a little doubtful whether summon things can be limited by life and death. Moreover, Sakutaro should have been an especially important friend to Mura One-chan. She should have been able to strive hard to summon him one more time. It certainly was sad that the original stuffed animal vessel had been torn apart. But why did he die and become impossible to summon again?
Not because at that time Maria saw my stuffed animal torn and decided that I died. It's the same as the existence of magic. If Sakutaro has died in Lady Maria's world, then he can't exist in her world. Oreo.
The shock of having her beloved stuffed animal torn apart had left a wound in her heart serious enough to prevent her from summoning her irreplaceable close friend. In Maria One-chan's eyes, Sakutaro died. So even if Sakutaro can exist like this to me, he cannot exist before her. Yeah, that's why Beatrice was saying all that stuff, like, oh, if you believe, he will always be your friend. And then it's like, eventually she'll be like, no, he will always be with me. And then Sakutaro would pull up and be like, hey, I'm here.
Yeah. I was always with Maria. When Maria cried, I was always right beside her, telling her not to cry. But my form, my voice, nothing of me will reach Maria now.
Sakutaro hung his head, looking sad. After that incident, the nature of Maria's sorcerer rapidly began to change. Before then, the alliance was a peaceful thing. But after that incident, it grew full of shadier things, focusing on how to curse people you hate.
Oh man, it became a shady alliance.
One-chan's diary began to show a clear change. A diary is a mirror that reflects one's heart as it is. It probably showed the personality called Maria die. And be reborn as the evil witch personality, Maria. When she buried that diary in hatred and sadness, her heart surely wasn't satisfied. Because it wasn't satisfied, she had to bury it with hatred and sadness. And while still unsatisfied, she met with death. I wonder if her unsatisfied soul has a hole open in its chest from sadness even now, and continually wanders, dripping tears down and calling Sakutaro's name. One-chan needs you. What can I do to revive you in One-chan's world? If I can learn that method, I'll be able to save One-chan.
Henji wants the method.
That's the method of atonement I have been given. What can be done to revive Sakutaro?
To Maria, my vessel had a very important meaning.
The vessel. In other words, if we could revive the lion stuffed animal.
But Mama Rosa made my stuffed animal herself, so only she could make it.
Liar! It's at the store. Even inside the diary, where One-chan had asked this of Beatrice and was refused for that reason. The magical significance of his stuffed animal being unique and handmade is very large.
Nah, I mean, look, I would just trick Maria into thinking that Rosa lied to her about making Sakutaro herself. So it's like, listen, Maria, the world you're living is an illusion created to entertain others. Rosa didn't actually make it. She just purchased it from 7-Eleven. No, and then Maria's gonna be like, Maria, you know, she's gonna like start calling her herself, and then she's gonna be like Sakutaro.
Ben, if we could make the same thing once more, but Aunt Rosa has already gone from this world. You can't make the same thing again. Was there ever another identical stuffed animal made or anything like that?
He's a stuffed animal made to be a Lady Maria's birthday present, and is the only one of his kind in the world. A handmade and unique vessel. That's why it conceals a great magical power. And if lost, it cannot be obtained again. It won't revive. Who are you?
Because she knew that, Maria and Echana watched the stuffed animal, which was unique in that world, get torn apart and despaired. Because it was the only one of its kind in the world. And she couldn't permit a compromise such as buying another one. She had despaired from the bottom of her heart. The Sakutaro is right here. Even without a vessel, he's here. Because I acknowledge that he certainly exists in my world. Even if Morionichan doesn't acknowledge him, that cannot be denied.
Angie's putting on the soy jack face.
Right.
Logically, that's true. But I think using the same logic to make Lady Maria accept him could be difficult. Maria, I'm not dead. I'm right here. Why is he talking like a zombie though?
I'm sure that Rokujima, I'll be able to be reunited with Morionichan.
Yeah, you're gonna find a pile of bones that looks like Maria, and you're gonna be like, yeah, that's her.
And no matter what, I'll revive the you that's inside Oni-chan and let you be reunited.
Can you do it?
It'll probably be hard. Just like how, after being invited into the Witches' Alliance, I rejected it without understanding what it meant. You might also reject your existence. But I've got to do it. That's the only way I can atone for my sins.
Angie-sama. Or maybe nothing. Pretty sure that's Angie. Which was the beginning of everything, is the final destination of this journey. You all are the furniture of the witch, so as your master, I have to take you home to the witch's hut to ruin. Like, hello? Where's you getting your spam meter?
Okay, continue. Even though the rays of the sun had been so strong, at some point clouds started to hang down. The spray that hit my cheek might not have all come from crashing waves.
Oh, Angie-san. Looks like we're gonna get a bit of a shower. Maybe you'd better go below deck.
Amakusa called out to me with an expression that said, "Oh, you're still here?" When I looked up, I saw that the island's silhouette had gotten much larger. We might reach land very soon. I remember that the weather report had mentioned scattered rains. The sky wasn't dark enough for rain clouds. It'll probably be just for a short time. Even though the rain was light enough not to be a pain. Having rain start to fall as we approached the island felt like some kind of fate. It was raining on October 4th, 1986 as well.
Just carry a little scorpion talisman.
I'm approaching the Rokujima of that day, and not just in distance. We went back down with Amakusa. He was carrying what looked like a really large and heavy golf bag. It was something Amakusa had brought back with him on a day when we split up. I didn't inquire as to its contents, but it was hard to imagine if they were anything peaceful.
Honestly, he'd probably pull out like a ping pong paddle.
I won't go so far as to ask what's inside, but it looks heavy.
Man, where are my slippers? Oh, I found them. I haven't had to wear the slippers in a while, but it's getting cold in here. Why are these darn things so heavy all the time? A French instructor taught me something interesting about that once. He said they should always be heavy. After all, a human life is heavier than the world. So these should be even heavier.
It'd be nice if you didn't need to use them.
That would be nice.
Amakusa set the golf bag-like luggage down beside him.
They had to pull out a 9mm Glock.
A two-propeller aircraft touched down on the runway. Considering the weather, it couldn't have been a pleasant flight. Everything after this flight had been suspended due to weather. Cutting through the drizzle as she traversed the runway, Sumidera Kasumi entered the lobby with two black suits as guards. The four black suits who had been waiting inside the lobby stood up and respectfully lowered their heads in salute.
Kasumi-sama. Am I Kasumi or are you Kasumi?
Kasumi.
Oh. Propeller planes certainly do shake. I wouldn't want to ride one again. We have a car prepared. Please, this way.
They got into two luxury cars that had been rented.
Andrew should be heading for Rokenji, a deserted island. How convenient. You arranged for some tools, I take it? Yes, ma'am.
The black suit to the passenger seat put a heavy bag that had been set by his feet onto his lap, opened the catch with a click, and showed Kasumi what was inside. Well, what is it? Several large what? Of aluminum foil. No. He peeled one open to show her.
There's like some copper foil inside.
Why would they need a pistol?
Because when they see Angie, they just blow her head smooth off with a 9mm Glock. I mean, isn't that what you do when you see Angie? You like blow her head
You use killer?
off, yeah.
Maybe.
It's my turn to kill Angie. Okay, the first day, we're absolutely back. We're so back. I think maybe the setup is finally done. After like 500 editions of Umineko. What?
What?
The Arianji? I don't know if this is good for YouTube. Susan Wojcinski would probably get pissed. No, but Joe Wood is gonna be like, hi guys, I'm at the zoo. This is an elephant. Say hi to the elephant, you know? Joette. Oh, bro.
10 years in the veteran age, you a fucking pussy.
You know what? Say your piece then, Buzz. No, he was like, I own it. And then one of his goons was like, what? And then you went up to Toon, and you were like, listen, Toon, I own this. And he was like, yeah, you're right. He just gave you the keys at that moment. Hey, so, like, what's the big idea? Like, we need a game plan. We'll just rush into this. Hello?
Hello. Wait, what's the game plan?
Yeah, like, what's the game plan? Gotta make a game plan.
What is it?
Embuzz is making the game plan.
Is he?
Listen.
Hmm?
What's the game plan, Burgers?
I don't know.
Burgers, do you have any
What?
any objectives and goals that you'd like to accomplish?
I would.
Okay, wait. Like, Can you say it again?
To
What?
like,
Burgers. Type it out in the chat.
why type it out in the chat?
Because you start talking and you're like, the, da, you know. I can't hear squat. I can
The
hear.
original plan was to raid Umineko.
Would you consider that?
Whether or not that has changed is up to you.
Okay, yeah, that's a good plan. Do you consider that plan to have been fulfilled? Or do you think that plan has not been fulfilled?
I guess technically even reading one word would count as succeeding in reading it, so it has been succeeding.
Okay, do you feel satisfied with how we've succeeded, with how we've completed this?
Yes.
Okay, that's what I wanted to know. So the game plan is, do you want to continue? Or would you be okay with doing something else? Or even just moving it off for forever? Not forever, but like for a while.
So are you saying either continue or this?
Pretty much, except that break is going to take about 9 days. At the minimum.
I see. Wait, why?
You know why.
Well, you're doing that again? Oh my god.
We haven't read Umineko since the beginning of this month.
Oh my god. Uh,
So I will ask again. Do you feel satisfied with our completion? Or should we keep going?
like, I'm satisfied, but we can keep going. So it's like, both?
No, it's like, for me at least, the thing is, if we went to 1986 now, we're probably going to stay in 1986 for a bit.
Yeah.
And like, maybe like the main game is beginning now, right? Like, maybe the introduction has just finished. So it feels proper to stop here. That's my 2 cents.
No, I understand what you're saying.
But if I get 2 votes in the chat, there's nothing I can do about it. But, Empires, like, can I keep going on about? Alright, I'm gonna ask you a question, Empires. Is that before or after the next time that the screen goes white and says Umineko no Naku Koroni in the corner? So are we gonna like leave off on a cliffhanger or something? The proper terminology is numbnuts. Alright, Burgers.
Huh?
What do you say to Mboz's proposition? Well, it's honestly...
I don't know how long that
it's more
means,
of an
so
order, to be real.
it's like an unspecified amount of time.
Oh, well, the genius energy said I have to.
Jeez,
I mean, there's not really any choice. Like, this is the plane that I'm taking to the town where we keep reading until Mboz tells Lara to play us on.
I mean, you say that, but like Belphegor over there, like she's making a pretty good counter argument.
What do you mean? Like, Belphegor is done for, okay?
What?
It was already approaching 10 o'clock at night. By now, the typhoon had wrapped itself around in June. Even the rose garden, that looked so beautiful midday, was beaten down upon by the fierce winds and resisted with all its might, undulating and trying to keep the flowers from blowing away. Mom's garden, with Shannon in the lead, Badler holding up an umbrella, Jessica and George carrying the sleeping Maria on his back, all heading for the guest house.
You can at least make it to the guest house from here. Shannon Chan, it's fine. You should go back and rest. Don't worry, seeing you off is also part of my duty.
Oh, I remember this part.
The family conference is going on inside, and Mom and Genji-san are probably getting stressed. If we keep you, they'll misunderstand and think we were being lazy.
That's right. Just graciously accepting our offer might be the best way to avoid abandoning people. Thank you, Shannon.
Not at all. Certainly, as Melody has said, it is very tense inside the mansion today. Therefore, coming with all of you allowed me a breath of fresh air, and I've been able to relax a bit. The family conference, huh? They went to all the trouble of chasing his kids out, so they're probably talking about something shady.
Probably. I'm sure there's nothing we can do to help them. Just trying to stay out of their way is probably the best way for us to do this. I'm sure it's all just money, money, money. Even though they act like they're so rich most of the time, when it gets tough, they all start getting pushy. Why don't they just be graceful and split up evenly between everyone?
That'd be awesome. Be nice if I got to share it too. If I got some too, I'd split it with Shannon Chan right away.
True.
The unspoken ruse.
Did Shannon just catch me?
Thank you very much. Well, I appreciate the sentiment.
Shannon isn't greedy at all. Normally girls of your age would have tons of things they want to buy.
I guessed. But none of the things I want can be bought with money. Ooh. How unselfish. Wait, what do you play? I'm playing. Oh, there we go.
Rate, rate,
What?
rate, 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 rate.
Oh. This is good.
Make her suck your dick.
Umineko
The
and
first
Umineko
date.
already-
You scared to
Maybe
rape a
you can't.
bitch?
You know how it is. This is Bushiroge Chandler signing off. Honestly, do I even need to save that?
No, not really. We didn't do that much.
I think that would be happening.
Apparently, it's gonna take 10 years in the joint for you to come back.
Nah, I mean, look, we got a calendar right here, right? We can be reading it next as soon as the 29th. And technically the 28th, but yeah. That's if you get pushy. I mean, my mom was like, "You're insane! Read Umineko tomorrow as well." And I was like, "No."
Bring that shit, Kazuma! 10 years in the joint made you a fucking
look,
pussy.
Saturday is essential to the experience. But that's just how I view it, you know? You guys gotta respect my worldview. And, you know, I'll
That's all I
respect,
don't. I deny it.
I'll respect
I deny
and
it.
acknowledge your worldview. You know,
I'm denying you.
I'm acknowledging myself, so honestly I feel pretty good. And
No, I deny you, I'm sorry.
I don't really need... Huh? What would you rather I say, you guiz? Like, okay, boss, whatever. Like, whatever. Like, whatever, you know? Like, whatever. Listen, I think YB Gang deserves to see the result.
Absolutely nothing.
See, there's nothing to be afraid about. Anyway, the YB Gang they've dealt with more tough things, you know? Like, they're strong folks.
Hello guys, today we have a list of red larva oi original vs meme video. Original. Meme.
Where's the... There we go. Alright.
I'm on vacation every single day cause I love my occupation.
Well, seems like I Ate Your Burgers didn't even last long enough for the actual sign off.
Hey, I'm on vacation. Hey, every single day.
Like, goodbye YB Gang. We'll see you guys. Yeah, the stream is still going.
Okay, YB Gang, I didn't know that Dustman was incompetent and a fool.
No, obviously, I never said
good night,
goodnight
good
to
night,
YB
YB Gang.
Good night, YB Gang.
Like, this fool over here is a fool and he's foolish.
I'm just gonna let you say your piece so that I'm not talking over you.